Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's regular season finale for the CFRL Cup Series. And wow, we are going to be settling the playoff field at the place, Talladega. I'm Ryan Harp, or Darth Kylo, and with me tonight is Mr. Sal Zabala. And I know what you're probably thinking. We're having a cup race on a Wednesday night. Well, the announcement was made early this morning that, and I quote, if I can find it. There we go. Okay, the announcement was made this morning, and I quote, "As you know, the journey has begun for the new licensors, with their game expected to release this year. As part of the license transfer, the NASCAR Heat servers will be permanently closed on August 1st, 2025, end quote. So, Sal, if you thought getting ready for the playoffs and the playoffs themselves are stressful enough, now what's happening is we're essentially speed running through the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely kind of a bombshell that dropped this morning. But I mean, you want a champion who can rise up no matter the pressure. I don't think you can make one better than this kind of moment right now. I mean, these guys are about to cram 10 weeks worth of races all throughout this month. And I'm kind of here for it.
Yeah, and it's gonna be crazy because we got some double headers on Sunday nights. We're gonna be racing on Monday nights, and in the finale of the Earnhardt round, we're gonna be racing on a Tuesday night. So we're gonna be cramming in a lot of races over the course of this month. And I know these drivers are probably thinking to themselves, okay, we got like one more month of this game, so how are we going to approach this, and how are we going to keep calm under this newfound pressure, especially after the announcement that was made this morning?
Definitely. I mean, I think you got to kind of see it as an opportunity. You don't give guys like Tegan, Mike, Bradley, JB that extra, like that full week in order to practice to get better. Because I mean, they're already good, but you give them that extra week, they're gonna find something.
Now, of course, this alternate schedule was made for the Cup Series because it is the top priority in this league. But, the midweek guys, we should find out something in regards to their condensed schedule sometime tomorrow from the admins. So, and I'm sure that the midweek guys are definitely feeling that same sort of crunch and that same sort of pressure as well.
Oh, absolutely. I'm pretty sure we're probably looking at a situation where if there's no cup racing, you're probably going to find some midweek racing going on.
So now, quickly before we get going here, and while these guys are doubling up, we're at Talladega. We're at the place. Draft is a huge key here. It's bigger than Daytona. It's longer than Daytona. The banking in the corners is steeper than Daytona, and of course, it is wider than Daytona. So you have a lot more lanes to choose from. So, are we going to see alliances forming between, the teammates and the manufacturers, or are we going to see everybody doing their own thing?
I think you'll definitely see some alliances, especially through manufacturers. Um, it's going to be kind of tough though, because if you look at the cutoff, Kamal essentially taking the green here will make it into the playoffs. And then you have the Chevy of Spencer up 10, Joshua Harris up 3, and then Cameron Morris only out by 3. So it'll get interesting there for the Fords.
So we're getting ready to roll here for the regular season finale. Kamal Wright has already clinched himself a spot because he's 40 points above the cut line. So a couple Fords on the front row with Michael Fox on pole and Ryan Parsons starting alongside him. As they hit the Geico restart zone, the CFRL Cup Series speed run starts now. Now let's go get them, boys, but be careful.
Oh.
Ryan, clear.
That's all I heard.
Well, I didn't say clear until he was past the line.
Yeah, you're good.
I didn't want to say clear before the line and him give him a fill.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank Mike, man. He's one the hell of a...
I know. I saw him backing off. I wasn't sure if there was a big enough gap for both of us, though.
Oh, I'm a dumbass. I just now realized exactly why Bradley did what he did. Crap.
Come on. Get in. Okay. I say that a lot.
I love you, Tank Car.
You're welcome.
Jesus Christ.
Damn, JB.
Sorry. Oh, well, you're slightly lagging, so I'm trying. Yeah, you're a little glitchy on my end, so I'm giving a slight gap, of course.
Oh,
that's a big one.
Well, considering you stopped and the whole field behind you fucking...
And I have pass-in damage like crazy.
I saw it. Yeah,
well, Ryan, that doesn't mean anything, Ryan.
You're lagging on my 24 now too, so...
Ryan did lag. Yeah, he wasn't lagging for me there.
Just a little bit. Not a lot.
Oops, that's an apron.
I got a squiggly right there. That pass-in damage is got my car loose.
Get back in 11 if you can. There you go, buddy. Ooh, big gun.
Thanks, baby.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I almost did the same thing too, JB.
Oh, I'm in the same exact spot, but shot him. I lag.
Oh my God. Yeah, a little bit. Just jump back or something back. Sorry, man. I gotta catch back up.
I think you'll be alright, to be honest. Check it out.
I was muted. I should have called checking it out. I was muted.
Check it out when you said.
Alright.
Yeah, last for me was Ryan. Had it been me, it would have been everyone behind me, not me included. But...
Alright, we're good. I got you. Alright, so.
7th in the draft, and I maxed out at 202.
Now that the person that lagged is not seeing the lag anymore.
Yeah. Normally everybody would lag for them.
Yeah, now it doesn't really do that.
Now it's not doing that.
So already at the front of the field, we're seeing the Fords of the 22 and the 14 working pretty well together, and we saw some lag split the field up, but now, of course, they're all bunched back up together, single file.
I'll tell you who's sitting in a really good spot right now, and that's Cameron in the 2 car. 5th place with his other 2 competitors that he's racing in the points, Spencer and Harris outside of the top 10. That could be a very big turning point coming into this race.
And of course, one of those guys is a teammate. As we see, Cameron Morris get squirrely, and he's now way up high. Well, and he's dropping all the way to the back. So I believe it was Bradley that I believe there was lag with Bradley because he kind of sort of spiked sideways on my end.
Yeah, that's what it looked like on mine. He kind of it looked like he genuinely just turned left for no reason.
And now we got another Ford up high, and that is the Ford Tegan Jones. So it looks like he's dropping back. But he currently settles in 4th place. And now he's trying to make something work up high. He probably wants some of his Ford brethren to go with him. But to no avail. Once again, he drops down to 4th.
Yeah, I think right now it's still pretty early on. These guys want to know what they got, how to exactly to time these runs.
And of course, timing your runs is another very key component at a track like Talladega. And as we see one of them jumping up high, and that is Ryan Parsons, but he thinks better of it and ducks back in line. And how about Tegan making the move on Bradley work, and now he's up to 3rd.
I was going to say that was kind of a very good move on Ryan's end. I think it gave Tegan enough of a pool in order to complete that pass all by himself.
And of course, the 4 and the 14 teammates at Stewart-Haas, both of them already in the playoffs with wins. And of course, Parsons got his win at Dover. And Tegan Jones got 10 wins. And everybody pretty much in the top 6 is already in with a win. But then you got to look to 7th on back to see a mix of guys who, you know, are still on the cut line or need to win in order to get in. And of course, one of those guys is the 18 of Spencer Boyce, who is hanging on by a thread to that final cut line, to that final cut spot. And actually, second to last, he is 10 points above the cut line, and he's currently 9th in points.
Tegan now on the outside, maybe seeing if David Wessel and the 41 go. Oh, there go the Fords.
Yeah, all the Fords are now running up high. And now it looks like everybody's trying to go up high. Got some shuffling in the mid-pack. Man, everybody's trying to find where to go. Now only 2 cars. Or make that 4 or 3 cars now down on the inside. And now everybody's moving up high.
And there goes Tegan, see who can drag down low now.
Yeah. And of course his teammate goes with him.
And Michael Fox, who was in command now, can probably start thinking about going to the back of the field here.
The Tegan Jones has now taken over the lead as they're running 3 wide. But now look on the inside lane. They're starting to get all formed up. And it's 3 wide for the lead between the 3 Stewart-Haas teammates. And how about David Wessel making moves? Now, of course, he has to win in order to get himself a playoff spot.
They did have this discussion earlier. After last week's miss, he actually is ineligible.
Well, never mind then. So he is mathematically eliminated from playoff contention, but that's not going to stop him from going out there and making some noise.
And look at this shift to the outside, really helping the 2 and the 12, 2 people who need stage points, and the 18 of Spencer. He's now in the top 10.
He has 10 points above that cut line, the 18. But of course, the guys above the cut line, as Parsons also got into the wall a little bit there. Now, of course, some of the guys on the cut line who don't have a win yet, like, they can still point their way in. They just need to finish well.
when something happened there. It really got that outside lane really disorganized. Now there's only 3 cars left in there.
Now make that 2 as the 10 and the 4 are the only 2 on the outside. Yeah, but how about Cameron Morris? He's back in the top 5 and behind his teammate, Joshua Harris. In fact, all the Penske cars are running together. And they're all running single file on the bottom, but they're all getting squirrely. Oh, but here comes JC Tirado. He thought about it. And now he's going with Wessel, and that's going to open the door for Fox.
And Joshua Harris follows and S'mores behind him.
And pretty much
Boyce is in the top 5 now.
Oh, we got a spinner in the back. And that is the 11 of JC Tirado.
And the 18 of Spencer was involved.
And Spencer Boyce involved in that as well. So I believe that
Joshua Harris is going for the lead while we race up back to the caution.
Yeah, caution is out. This is the race back to the line, and Joshua Harris, with some help from the 2 and the 14, he now takes the lead. But now Morris is getting involved in this scrap as well. And now Morris has the lead as they come to the line.
They pay a point for lap led, don't they?
I believe so. I know they also get a point for fastest lap. So that's definitely going to throw a wrench into those works as well. So yeah, Cameron Morris, he was running in the top 5 to start this race, dropped to the back of the field, and now he's up here leading this thing.
Did just receive confirmation. They in fact do not give a point for lap led. That would have been huge.
Well, point for fastest lap. So now pit road is open and everyone is coming in. Yeah, everyone is in. And now, of course, it's our traditional who has the first stall on pit road. So that way we can see who wins the race off. And that will be, I believe, the 4, Tegan Jones.
4.
And it's Morris that wins the race off.
A lot of different pit strategies here.
I believe they only took 2 tires. So even with the ×3 tire wear and fuel consumption, the tracks like Daytona and Talladega don't really wear tires out all that much, especially on the rights. And Morris has elected to take the outside for the restart.
the 22 play nice here on the restart? You got to think it's a teammate restart, right?
Well, in this stage of the race, since we just started, I believe they will play nice. But it's when we get to the end of the race where teammates get thrown out the window. So how about this? We got 2 Penske teammates in row 1, 2 Hendrick teammates in row 2, and 2 Stewart-Haas teammates in row 3. And they are coming down for the restart. They hit the Geico restart zone, and we are back underway at Talladega. And Fox lets Morris in line. So yeah, they definitely played nice with each other on the restart.
You got to think, even if it was later on in the race, I mean, Fox is very much aware of the 2 cars point situation right now. You'd hope at least as Morris that your teammate would.
Yeah, especially a teammate that already has a win. Of course, now we're at the point in the run where everybody runs single file down on the bottom. Everyone trying to jostle for position, trying to get in line. And now we're starting to see some moves being made on the outside, or at least they thought about it. Again, it's still 2 of the Penske guys out front. And now everybody's double file from about like 7th or 8th on back, and there was contact, I think, between the 4 and the 18. Yeah, now we're starting to see the outside being used as David Wessel leads that group around. And it looks like now we're seeing almost all of the Stewart-Haas teammates up high, as well as both of the Gibbs cars. We're seeing some shuffling at the front of the field.
There goes those Hendrick cars.
And Michael Whitman leads the outside lane. And all 3 of his teammates are following him. Yeah, but it's looking like the inside is the preferred lane at the moment. We got 2 cars on the apron, and it's the 41 and the 14. But now look at Tegan Jones, almost down below the double yellow line to make a move for second. But now Whitman up high. Oh, it's getting dicey. I think they're coming to the end of the stage here.
That had to be the end of the stage.
Yeah, that was definitely, yeah, that certainly had to be the end.
The biggest loser there, Harris, barely coming out of turn 4. No stage points, and I think both, obviously the 2, and I think the 18 also got some points.
Yeah, Spencer Boyce got 8th in the stage, so he's definitely going to come away with some points. Yeah, there was definitely almost a wreck at the front of the field with how they were battling up at the front.
And it's only going to get crazier.
Yeah, especially once we hit 5 laps to go, no more cautions, then it's definitely going to get crazy. Yeah, so now it looks like everybody is now single file, so Cameron Morris with the stage win, Michael Fox 2nd, Tegan Jones 3rd, Jared Hoff 4th, Kamal Wright 5th, JC Tirado 6th, Bradley Domer Jr. 7th, Spencer Boyce 8th, Michael Whitman 9th, and Kevin Holland 10th. So yes, Morris was definitely the big winner in stage 1 for sure. But now the big question is, can he stay there? It is Talladega and anything can happen.
You said Spencer got 2 points, right?
3 points.
3?
Yeah.
That puts him at 821, with S'mores at 818. Those would be your 2 in. Joshua Harris is now at a deficit of 7 points. That's obviously also anticipating that he doesn't own fastest lap, or if Spencer or Cameron own the fastest lap.
So Joshua Harris definitely has his work cut out for him as we start the second and final stage. And he's currently running last, which is 14th. Now Morris has elected to take the inside for the restart. So it's interesting how he's going with another Ford driver and not his teammate.
You just got to trust which line would get better. And I mean, you look at that inside line, you have people like Tegan, Kamal, Mike Man directly behind you. You'd know that those 3 are at least gonna make the effort to push there.
Yeah, certainly that's what Morris is hoping that they'll do. And I'm pretty sure they will. And off of 4, they were all doubled up. Getting ready to get back going. And 2 playoff spots are still up for grabs. And realistically, 3 drivers want them. So Morris out front. Ha in second. The green flag's back out at Talladega, and for one last time this regular season, it is time to crank it up.
Got one outside now.
So he is on a muscle-in now.
Without the inclusion of the fastest lap.
Yeah. Because that put a wrench in everything.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing if the fastest lap becomes the deciding factor.
Oh, Bradley.
I thought he was going to do that.
Wow.
I saw the twitch, and then the twitch became a move.
Kind of wild.
I wish I could.
Wild move right
I
there.
wish I could trust people on this game because 2 of them would have been in the wall today. Actually, 3. You there, 22.
I like how he just moved out of line, too.
Oh, Harris.
Harris, that was a crazy ass move I just saw.
I'm sorry, you're lagging, and I'm not trying to chance you to go by.
Yeah, I know.
I know you want to try to get like. Oh, you going to the? Are you going like?
Checking up.
I'm just trying to give room so flag happens. I don't. But I'm trying to like stay off of your bumper, Bradley. But that's a massive checkup. Oh my lord.
Yeah, the whole field in front of me is not going.
To be honest, Forrest, you probably should have stayed on the bottom. This line is not going to move right now.
I don't know, Tegan. We're pretty more far than you think.
And I don't do good pushing.
Tegan don't do good on pushing, but he does good on tugging.
I should have just cleared myself on you. Maybe next time I will.
I told you, Mike wanted to know who he was most resemblant of as a NASCAR driver. He's the douchebag Kyle Busch. But not really the douchebag Kyle. Oh, it kind of was the douchebag Kyle Busch, but it was just Kyle Busch being Kyle Busch.
Woo! Shit.
Oh, there's
Matt,
a lot of
I
zigzagging.
would have loved for you to close that gap.
Hit by lag. Yeah, I'm trying to. Oh, he's good. He's good. You're good. Now we're good now.
All right, 41.
I don't want to run a race by myself.
I hear you. I wasn't trying to save right there. I was just really struggling.
Oh, flag.
There's just so much bouncing out back here. Bouncing around.
So how about David Wessel retaking the lead?
I'll tell you what, that man does not care about who needs to win, who needs however many points. He is here for one thing, and that's just to take the checkered flag.
But now the inside line's getting back going again, and Spencer Boyce is leading that charge.
I tell you what, we're talking about all these points and everything. I'm looking at that 0-0 right now, Matt Connors, and what that win would do.
And Matt Connors still mathematically eligible for a playoff spot, but of course, he's 281 points below the cut line. He needs to win, and he needs to win badly. Oh, contact between him and Bradley got on the apron, and that checks everyone up. And that includes his Hendrick teammates, the 88 and the 9.
It had to have been lag. No, Bradley's been having issues with lag.
Yeah, that definitely could have been lag, because I definitely saw Bradley surge back and forth a couple times during that little crank it up break.
Yeah. And then I even heard him mentioning his lag as well.
Yeah, so definitely lag playing a factor in tonight's race. But of course, if you're Bradley, you already have yourself a couple wins, so like you don't have to worry about what goes on tonight, because I mean you're already in. But of course, once we get to Sunday with the doubleheader at both Gateway and Watkins Glen, like that's when you gotta start thinking about fixing your internet. So now Spencer Boyce running out front. Of course, trying to get himself his first win on an oval track that's greater than half a mile. And of course, he got his first win at Martinsville a few years ago. And he also got himself a win at Canadian Tire a couple years later. And of course, and he is currently the midweek series points leader, so he's got a regular season championship in that series to worry about. But of course, here tonight, he has 9th in points still, and caution comes out. So I believe, and that was for lag, I believe. But he wants to outright win this race tonight to guarantee himself a playoff spot.
No better way to do it, in my opinion. I don't care if it's the first race or the last race before the playoffs. If you get a win, especially for those playoff points, those could end up being the difference in any kind of run.
Yeah, I believe it was definitely lag that brought out that caution. I want to see if I can find the audio.
Yeah, it's because it's the whole field versus Hendrick.
Hey, I help this Hendrick cars when I can.
You fucking helped me into the fucking grass earlier.
I shouldn't laugh at that, actually.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Go, dumbasses.
Okay.
Harris, you still got me, or do you?
Yeah. I don't know who lagged on that, but
I don't know.
Oh,
no.
Flag here. Oh, that's a lag caution. Davey just went right up in the fence.
Olin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely confirms that it was a lag caution. And it was for Bradley. And it will be Spencer Boyce that wins the race off of pit road.
And question is, how many more stops do we need? Because I feel like we see this a lot at this style track.
Well, there's 16 laps to go, and the fuel window is 19 laps. Okay. So from the looks of it, we're probably going to make 3 more stops.
Wait, how many to go?
Like 3 more. Yeah, there's currently 61 laps to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 61 laps to go, with 19 laps being the fuel window. So yeah, we're definitely going to see these guys make at least 3 or 4 more stops.
I thought you said 16 at first. I'm like, ain't no way this thing has flown by like that.
It certainly feels like it, though. But
Oh,
yeah, it is
man.
61 laps to go. We're going to take the green with 60. Of course, we're not quite there yet. Unfortunately for Spencer Boyce, who has chosen to take the inside lane for the restart, he's got a teammate alongside him, and that's the 11 and JC Torado. Of course, he's not playoff eligible either, like David Wessel, but he is definitely going to try to get his teammate into the playoffs one way or another. So we got both the Gibbs guys on the front row. And as they hit the restart zone, the green's back out. Then both the 18 and 11 got really good jumps on the restart. But Spencer, for now, comes out ahead. He's got the 2 of Cameron Morris pushing him.
Kind of surprised he didn't go with the teammate restart there.
Of course, that would have meant Spencer going up high, and that's obviously not the preferred lane, at least not when we restart these races, because, yeah, only 3 cars up there, and they're dropping. Yeah, but now Spencer's pulling away, or either Cameron Morris is dropping back. He's going to try to get a run. Yeah, but now the outside lane's starting to work.
That outside lane with just 3 cars has been so impressive to charge that up like that.
And now everybody's going up high, it looks like. And Spencer drops down to 4th. And how about Cameron Morris? He's going low.
I don't think you needed to make that kind of move, but here comes his poor teammate.
And now Spencer's getting hung out to dry.
Obviously still a long way to go and need some stuff to happen, but someone who's slowly starting to make his way back up is Harris in that 12 car.
Yeah, Harris currently in 6th.
Needs that 2 car to be 7 spots behind him in order to at least tie.
7 spots to tie. 8 to overtake. So now JC Torado out front. That means Cameron Morris would have to fall to 11th for for Harris to tie with him, or 12th to overtake Morris.
I tell you what, either that or just gain 3 more spots. You tie with Spencer in that case.
Yeah, because he's currently running in 13th after getting forced up high.
Three to tie him or 4 to just straight up not have to worry about him. It should be a second place here in the moment as they run.
And Matt Connors, he's just trying to get out of last place. He thought about making the move up high on Spencer, but he just dropped back in line.
Yeah,
because I mean, he's all by himself. He got a look, but of course, he's in last, so nobody behind him. And now it looks like he might lose the draft, but yeah, he's definitely going to get it back here. And it looks like the Ford guys are dropping back. They might build a run here. Try to get JC Tirado on the outside. And they stay tucked in. They just crossed the line with 54 laps to go.
Now you're kind of at that point in the run where you just want to ride, start probably thinking about pit stops, how exactly you want to position yourself for them here in a bit.
And speaking of pit stops, you definitely need a drafting partner. Yeah, because if you come out all by yourself, then you're basically done for the day. Unless a caution comes out.
If I was at 11 of JC, I'd consider maybe dropping back, trying to get save a little bit of fuel just so you don't come in by yourself. Because, I mean, right now you got to think he's using up a lot.
Yeah, and that's another thing, the fuel situation and how it ties to the throttle. But of course, JC Tirado, he's out front. He's got his pedal down to the floor right now, so he is burning a lot of fuel. But of course, everyone behind him, like a Tegan Jones or David Wessel or Cameron Morris and the like, yeah, since they're running in the draft and using that to their advantage, they don't have to put their foot down. They can just like go half throttle or even quarter throttle and still go full speed. And that definitely saves you a lot of fuel in the long run. Yeah, because the finish of the midweek race at Talladega here, it definitely came down to that. But as of right now, I mean, he's still sitting pretty out front. And now Spencer Boyce has dropped back to 14th and last.
If you're Spencer, I mean, you just got to keep your cool, just keep that draft.
Well, definitely keep the draft. And he's trying to get back around Connors. So we got one Gibbs car at the front and another Gibbs car in the back. And the running order is still pretty much the same as, you know, Toronto out front, Jones second, Wessel third, Morris fourth. And they should have about, like, 10 laps of fuel left to burn. But of course, if you're in the draft, you can go on a little bit longer than that. Now we're starting to see a split between the field, as we got the 10 cars all running together single file, and then we got 4 cars in the back who've kind of separated themselves a bit. But now they're starting to get that suck back. Yeah, Spencer is really trying to get out of last place.
Yeah, and you just got to maintain your cool right now. It's still fairly early on. You get a couple good pit stops, and you slowly but surely make your way back up there.
And they have officially crossed the line, and we are now at the halfway point. Yeah, the track like Talladega, you still got plenty of time to make moves when we cross the halfway mark. And they're single file, but they are still shuffling. Obviously trying to get their cars straight. And also, I think we're at the point of the run where the guys might be starting to think about making moves to get themselves that valuable track position when they do come down to pit road for their pit stops, and then, of course, come back out again.
Yeah.
And then that's all you have to say to that, just yeah.
Well, they... I don't know. So much can go wrong in these, like, you think of someone like Spencer, like S'mores, Harris, like any one of those three, one mistake, unless there's a caution, that's your playoffs.
Yeah, that's certainly on the back of their minds. It's certainly on the back of everyone's minds. And still out front, it is the 11 of JC Torado. And he's got 4 Fords behind him. Or should I say 5 Fords? And Spencer still trying to work on Matt Connors.
Spencer has to realize the more he keeps trying to battle him.
Oh, one car
out?
Yeah, JC Toronto is now dropped all the way to the back, and he's run on the apron now. I think he's coming in. Yeah, he's coming in, but yeah, that was a very early peel off for him, though.
I don't know if he was just trying to be extra cautious or what.
These guys do still have 5 laps to run with the fuel that they have before they have to come in. So now Tegan Jones is out front. And now Toronto is exiting pit road. And he now goes a lap down. And Spencer has finally gotten around Matt Connors. He is now running in 13th. Or 12th, actually, now. Alright, now the pit stops have started, and looks like everybody except for 4 cars, and I think that's all the Hendrick guys that stayed out. Yeah, all the Hendrick guys have stayed out.
Very interesting there. I think the Hendrick guys are kind of at a disadvantage.
But of course, if they have a good end lap, they could definitely still be in the thick of it. Yeah, and they're still staying out.
Oh no, I think no, he didn't. They're taking 4. I thought S'more sped there.
Yeah, that would certainly be some playoff implications if he were to speed. So I'm guessing everyone in front of the Hendrick guys took 2 tires, hence why they're so far ahead, and now they're all coming in. And Kevin Hall with a massive entry there into pit road. Hopefully he didn't speed. So you think we're going to be seeing the same thing out of the Hendrick guys? You know, 4 tires?
I'd assume so. Obviously, you want to do that with the intentions to probably shorten up your last pit stop.
Yeah, I'm seeing Whitman's pit stop now, but it's 15.9, so yeah, 4 tires.
Hall definitely sped.
Yeah, Hall definitely sped. He is still there. So yeah, that entry definitely came back to bite him.
Oh no, I think Tegan, Wessel, and S'more sped. Because if these guys took 4 and the Fords are passing them now, They must have also taken 4.
Yeah, that's definitely huge. For
So
the
that'll
4,
put
the 41,
Harrison
and the 2.
third.
And yeah, Fox is the race leader.
Spencer doesn't have any help. He's behind that group, so that'll put him in.
He is currently 8th. And all by his lonesome.
Oh man, I can't see. JC has the 48 with him. So it's Spencer, and then in 8th, Matt in 9th.
Then Kevin Hall in 10th.
11th for JC, 12th for Tegan, 13th for Wessel, 14th for S'mores.
And I think the caution just came out.
Yeah, caution's out. I saw Bradley slow.
So another lag caution involving the 24, and that's definitely going to bunch everyone back up. I'm guessing if you're Morris, you are definitely breathing a bit of a sigh of relief.
That's an 11 spot difference between those two. That would give, oh wow, 48 passed by really fast. So 10, so I guess Kevin Hall was a lap down. Ooh, oh, never mind. He just was going really fast for no reason.
He probably just wasn't paying attention.
So I believe right now, as they run, that would be a 3-point advantage. Back again for 4-point advantage right now for Harris as they run.
So the pit road is open. And everyone is in. So we currently have 35 laps to go. We're coming to 34 to go. These guys still need to make 2 more stops. And it's Jarrett Haw that wins the race off of pit road. Probably took fuel only. As well as the 41 of David Wessel. And Spencer Boyce, he's now up to 3rd. There's certainly different strategies among the 14 car field. And so Jared Haw has elected to take the inside for the restart. Of course, he's got Spencer Boyce behind him. So it's the 88 and the 41 in row 1. The 18 and the 10 in row 2. As we are back green at Talladega.
What a brand new ball game, doing all the twists and turns here.
And the 88 got a great jump. And everybody's shuffling. And everyone has calmed down for now. Oh, but look at Matt Connors in the middle, 3 wide. And now look at JC Tirado. So now how about Matt Connors running in second? And then look at this. They're like 3 by 3 by 3 right now. So now Matt Connors, he's on the inside lane. He does have help.
JB slightly put the 22 into the wall there. And JC back into the lead.
And now JC Tirado back out front. He's got Tegan Jones behind him. And Michael Fox way up high. And they're 3 wide. They were almost 4 wide there for a minute. And Kevin Hall way up high.
A lot of checkups happening there.
Yeah, there definitely would be checkups happening all over this field, considering that they were basically 3 wide, 3 rows deep. And now it's looking like the outside line's coming into play.
Yeah, Tegan doing what he does best at these tracks, and that's make that outside work. And here comes David Wessel with the come on, Mind Killer thinking about joining them. That's going to give Harris here a big run. 4th car on the outside lane.
And now Jones in the middle. Wessel and Hall trying to split him.
Block.
Yeah, but he makes the block. He's still out front.
Harris able to get into that inside lane. I believe he's the 5th car in line, while S'mores was not able to get in there, and he's starting to drop.
And Joshua Harris currently in 6th. And now Spencer Boyce has dropped all the way to the back again.
One more position by Harris would put us at a tie right now at the cutoff. If he can gain, or if S'mores gets passed here by Ryan, which I really doubt, given that they're both driving Fords. That is your cut off at the moment. One single point. And again, this could be in a tie for all we know right now. Who knows if Harris has the fastest lap.
And we currently have 28 laps to go. They're going to be coming to 27 to go. Again, these guys do still need to make one more stop.
Uh-oh, Spencer looks like he's losing the lead pack there.
Oh, he's definitely lost the draft. Definitely implications here at the moment.
If S'mores is able to gain or anything on him, if this stays green, Harris would just need 2 more positions. He'd need a 4th place finish to tie. 4th or better would get him the tie. It would break the tie and get him in over Spencer. This could be chaos heading as we still have one more stop to do today.
Yeah, Spencer is really falling back.
Yeah. I really hope he doesn't let this get to him. I know we joke around and stuff with him, but literally this race alone today has proven anything can happen, and it probably will. It is not the end of the race.
I want to see if I can find the audio of the moment that Spencer lost the draft.
They took those 2 tires for nothing.
Yeah, I'm playing bodyguard right now.
Well, what? That lag was what sent him back, wasn't it, or just everybody break line?
No,
everybody.
He lucky he wasn't going.
Oh.
Where are you at, S'mores? 12th. Damn.
Harris, where are you?
You fit.
Oh, a little bit lag for this one, too.
Glad we're lined up here, fellas.
Oh, but now look at Spencer. He's just driving all over the place.
Yeah, I don't know what he's trying to do here. I'm pretty sure he knows if he wrecks himself, there is no caution.
Yeah, because it would be only one car.
You can't be stupid and put yourself a lap down here. A lap down, I think you're done.
I'm gonna see if I can get some more audio of it.
That could have been a lot.
Yeah, I heard Ryan like too.
Too late now.
Well, right there, I don't think he said it when it happened, though.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean.
He didn't wreck anyway, so it didn't matter.
Oh, baby.
Fuck! What do you want me to do about it?
Nothing, Spencer. You're yellow, I'm sure of it.
Don't worry.
Just calm down. You're not out
Don't
of it.
quit. Don't quit.
Yeah, Harris isn't a must win. You just
not
stay
really.
in here.
Not really, but it's almost a must win.
He's got to be like top 3, I think.
Second. Yeah, top 3, and
Ooh.
yeah.
Matty just
Where
wrecked a
you're
little
at
bit.
right now. Permitting no fastest lap.
Yeah, well, that would really...
That would really stir.
That could really throw a wrench in everything, couldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like it's getting to Spencer's head. And he's still driving all over the place like a madman.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck he's trying to do back there. I take it back. I don't feel bad for him. I hope he does quit, but that's all he's going to be doing.
Well, another thing he could be doing is that he might try to manipulate a caution. get his way.
There's no way. I mean, I don't think he can make it look like a mistake. And even then, if he is to spin out on his own, there still would not be a question.
So potential playoff implications for the 18 of Spencer Boyce. Yeah, and as they were saying on the chat, third or better for Joshua Harris, and yeah, he'll break the tie.
And he's right there. I mean,
yeah, Harris running in 6th, S'mores running in 11th.
I think right now, if I'm Harris, given the situation Spencer has put himself in, I think you don't even worry about the 2. You try to beat that 18 and go get 3rd place. Again, Spencer with 2, he got 821 over Harris's 811 points. So
yeah, you certainly gonna try to beat that 18 now.
I think that with him just like not even trying to drive the track anymore, just kind of swaying around, it's definitely put it in a spot to where even if some of these guys were to speed, I don't think he gets to them.
Yeah, because he's about a half a lap behind now, and possibly even more than that.
And even then, with him running by himself, he's probably burning up a lot more fuel too, so.
So Jones still running out front. They have about 5 or 6 laps of fuel until we hit that money stop.
Something to think about, and just keep in mind for when this is in the closing laps. Harris needs 3rd or better. He has 4 Fords, one of them being his teammates in there.
Yeah, has 4.
I would not be surprised if Fords rally behind Harris after the final pit stop.
Yeah,
because this is honestly best case scenario for them. They get both Fords in.
Yeah, 4 Fords and 1 Toyota. Right in front of the 12.
Probably doesn't help that Toyota just so happens to be the only teammate Spencer has in the field, but numbers definitely with Harris here.
Yeah, certainly everything is falling Harris's way right now, but now he needs to pick up his end of the bargain.
Yeah. He's got to make something happen. I get cruising around right now, but I'd love to see a little bit more aggression as the runs progress. I really haven't seen anything that shows he's willing to do that. Also given, I mean, it was all early on in the race. But during that stage even, here they come into pit.
Yeah, here they come. And again, all the Hendrick drivers stay out. In fact, all the Chevys stay out.
Phenomenal entry by the 12 there. Might have even picked up a spot, put himself right behind the Fords here.
Of course, we do have to look at Harris.
I'm assuming 4 tires for everyone based off of how long these are.
Yeah, 4 tires. So now he's 4th in line, but there's that 2. Cameron Morris right behind him.
Again, I really don't think you worry about S'mores right now. You know, S'mores, I mean, give him his flowers. He's ran up front most of this race, won the stage, did what he had to do to position himself in the best spot possible. Now you're just running that 18, and right now they are tied in points with how they run.
Yeah, but then again, what are the Chevys gonna do? Of course, they want to go out there and steal this win. And possibly even help Matt Connors out. Because, of course, he's still technically in this.
I'd love that.
Of course, all the Chevys still running together. Connors does have the draft still.
This group of Fords is about to get to the 18.
And Spencer is now on pit road. And now all the Chevys are in. And of course, Hall trying to be careful not to speed this time. Yeah, now all of them are bunched together.
The group of Fords heading into turn 3 and 4. Let's see how the Chevys come out compared to them.
And Jared Haw is the first of the Chevys to leave. And the Fords are in the tri-oval.
You might get him here mid-backstretch.
Might not even be mid-backstretch. They might get him right here, right now.
Yeah, here they go.
And Tegan leading the line.
S'mores lost a couple spots there.
Yeah, and he almost got put into the wall.
Unless someone gets it, I think Matt's going to lose the draft here. And if S'mores still has the draft, it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. He still has it. He's still with him.
Yeah, so Matt Connors has lost the draft. Yeah, and completely lost the draft. Now he's just hoping for a caution at this point.
Oh no, Harris is getting hung out.
Yeah, but here comes the Hendrick crew.
Get that run, Harris. If the moment you get clear, pull down there.
Oh, it's going to be tight. Oh, that was close between the 12 and the 11.
From 4th, battling for the lead now.
And here comes Harris. He's definitely going to get the help. And now Harris to the lead. So Joshua Harris is your new race leader with 11 laps to go. And of course, Harris, a former winner here. So he definitely knows how to get to victory lane, but this is probably going to be the biggest race of his life right now.
I think as they run right now, this also puts S'mores, I want to say 2 points above Spencer.
So now Joshua Harris out in front. Trying not to worry about points and lock himself in with the win, just straight up. And of course, if you're JC Toronto with your only teammate in the race and the only other one fighting for a playoff spot, not really caring about the race result anymore, like, you're just looking for anybody to help out. And of course, he found himself behind Harris, and I think that's who he's going to work with.
This is amazing.
And we now have 9 laps to go, coming to 8. And of course, if you recall, last season, the regular season finale at Daytona, it was Kevin Hall that got himself a last-minute win to punch his ticket to the playoffs. Can we see this again with Joshua Harris?
I have to be honest, after that first stage, I didn't think Harris would even find himself in a spot for something like this to happen. And now here we are, him leading the race as the Fords in the back there try to charge up a run.
And of course, they're just fighting for bragging rights if they go out there and win this thing. Seven to go. And that 11 is not letting the rear bumper of Joshua Harris out of his sight.
I think he has the cushion, but S'mores does need to finish at least 4 spots in front of that 18 car.
Well, I mean, with Morris running in 7th and Spencer running in 14th, yeah, he pretty much he definitely has that cushion now.
3 points up on that 18.
And the top 10 all running single file. They're coming to 5 laps to go. No more cautions. And we're starting to see the outside lane form with 3 of the Stewart-Haas guys, but now they're just dropping to the back, probably sizing the field up. So that way when they get to 2 laps to go, they can make that move.
Who takes the role of the villain here? Who tries to take this win away from Harris?
Yeah, but here comes the Stewart-Haas guys, led by Tegan. Contact between him and Bradley.
Those Chevys look like they're trying to form up a run. Here comes the 88 of JV. Does he go anywhere with it?
Not quite yet.
No. Oh, man.
4 to go. Yeah, I just cannot imagine what Harris is going through right now.
That man is sweating bullets.
Yeah, his heart's probably going a million miles an hour right now. laps to go. It's not over yet.
Man, I really want to think that none of these guys would do that to Harris. Knowing his situation, I get getting playoff points, but I mean, oh man. I do believe, though, top 3 was all he needed. So obviously you'd love to get the win to not have to worry about any points or fastest laps or anything like that, but if he can still maintain a top 3 finish, which I mean, worst case scenario, maybe a side-by-side finish by someone who gets a run up there.
Of course, we now have 2 laps to go. And it is still Joshua Harris out in front, trying to win his way in.
I think someone's not going to make it on fuel.
And as they come off of 4 and into the tri-oval, the white flag is out. Final lap at Talladega, final lap of the regular season.
Come those Chevys are charging up a run.
And so are the Fords.
Half a lap left. Here they come.
And here comes Jared Haw on the outside. Hall's going with him. Harris comes up to block. Oh, they're shuffling. They're wrecking behind him. Michael Whitman has taken the lead, but here comes Tegan Jones behind Harris. Off of 4, into the tri-oval. And he is going to punch his ticket to the playoffs. Joshua Harris gets it at Talladega.
What?
Morris is in, Boyce is out.
Oh my God, that was stressful.
Wow, I guess I'm fucked now. Yay.
Wham, cross some more, Spencer. Wham. He's probably still going to make it.
Hey, we still got to wait and see what the points look like here after.
Oh my God.
Harris.
That was
I don't want to
stressful.
be. I think I should be alive anymore. After this.
Wow.
I don't want to hear the fucking wow. You guys bully him every fucking day.
Good shit, Harris.
Good shit.
Yeah, way to hold on to it.
Remix, I'm sorry. I had a hole. I felt like I had to take it. You left it up off the block.
Morrison and Harris.
Well, I don't know on him yet.
I done what I could to push JB and the 12 squeeze JB in the wall.
No, it wasn't him that squeezed me in the wall. It was probably my fault, honestly.
Yeah, I won the stage 2 over him, so that's some points. I'll take second there.
Because I had nowhere to go because of how much we lagged back. It brought the outside up, so I was boxed in. Remix peaked up, and I went under and we made contact.
You'll beat him by 1 point till you needed 11, and I think you scored 11. As long as he didn't get the fastest lap, you should be all right.
I don't think he got fastest lap. I don't know though.
If the fastest lap is a 46.
I have 46.
Yeah, we still need to wait and see who got the fastest lap. And it is Bradley that gets the fastest lap.
How close
with
is
a
he?
40 with the 46.7.
He left already. He wasn't even close. Oh man. First of all, you take into account what got us to race this today. What a hectic day. And then that race to top it all off.
Yeah, probably one of the craziest days in CFRL history, both on and off the track. That's for sure. And I am very certain that Joshua Harris, he is definitely feeling it right now. He's like, he's in the playoffs now. He didn't have to worry about points. He got to win. And what a wild finish that was as well. And there he is, your race winner, Joshua Harris. You have punched your ticket to the playoffs, my friend, in such a dramatic fashion as well. And I think he's too stunned to speak, and I think he's still trying to get in here. His icon's still loading on my screen.
No.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, how about that? You got yourself a playoff spot, punching your ticket to the playoffs by just outright winning in dramatic fashion. Like with everything that's gone on throughout the day and the race tonight, like, how are you feeling about this?
I was stressed out from just the get-go. Not getting any stage points in at that point to myself, I was like, I have to win. I want to win just to be sure in case anything else happened. And depending on how the race went, I was just playing it patient. Wasn't really going to try to worry until it was about 10 laps to go. And after the final pit stop, before the Chevys got linked together, I saw the 11 had blocked their big run. And when we was on the top lane, I took the run as much as I can and shut off the 11's run. I was hoping just to block him for the rest of the race. I didn't know his tire problem, so before he blew a tire, I saw the 88 have a run. I immediately went to block that because if I didn't throw that block like I did at Daytona, I think I wouldn't have to be worrying about it right now. But I threw the block and was hoping for more cars to be there. But then I saw the 9 under 11, and I believe I saw the 4 car. He probably saw the C's parting for some reason. I don't know what was happening behind me. I was just trying to make sure I'm the first car across the line. And side drafted the 9, the 4 was behind me. And we crossed the line first. It was pretty dramatic, but I'm happy to be in the playoffs. Hopefully, I think S'mores could be in the playoffs once points are done. But I always had the same mindset for I want all of us to be in the playoffs, and what a way to end it at Talladega.
And I believe Sal said this a little bit earlier, but I believe as of right now, Cameron Morris is in by about 2 or 3 points.
That's great.
So now all 3 of the Penske teammates are gonna go compete for a championship. Like, how big is that for the whole team?
Pretty great. I've always told them I don't care how we make the playoffs. I don't care if it's just 2 of us, 1 of us, or if it's even both of them making it and not me. I want us to try to represent the team. And for our 3 cars, it's amazing. Maybe some may not see it, the 2 or the 12 being a big deal, but anything can happen in the playoffs. Just one slip up from a playoff race could put you under the bubble. So we'll see how this goes. Just as of right now, put this behind us and maybe just focus on the playoffs as we have a long, tight schedule for the rest of this month.
Yeah, pretty much. It's gonna go by really quick, but it's also gonna go by really slow at the same time. But yeah, we got 2 races on Sunday. We're doing a doubleheader. The first 2 races of the Johnson round, which it's already gonna be like pretty wild considering that we got 2 races with 2 completely different track types. We got Gateway and Watkins Glen. So now that you are in the playoffs with a win, like, how do you approach like those 2 tracks, especially since they're completely different?
I'm not that bad at short tracks. I've kind of gotten better from last season, if I'm honest, but it's still a tough field. You got a lot of guys who know how to save their tires, know how to have great runs off the turn. And then, Glenn, you have a lot of road racers in this league. So I think it's going to be a lot of patience to me. If you can be really patient and maybe just counter off others' mistakes, maybe someone might speed, someone may not have the car. Uh, just countering off their mistakes. So hopefully, if I can just try to swing some stage points in both races, maybe, and get a good finish, because I don't know if I could win, but like I said, starting this interview, anything could happen. So I'll just be focused on trying to outpoint my other competitors.
Yeah, so now we're going back to Talladega for a little bit, and toward the end, like of that final stint, and you saw, Spencer drop all the way back and just start, weaving all over the track. Like, did you think that the tides were turning in your favor when he just started like not really caring anymore?
Yeah, I think he lost a draft from a lag he didn't say, so I wasn't worried about that. All I was focused on after the stage was trying to win the race and making sure that I was in the right spot to win, and that's what happened. I mean, I hate it for it to be like that. I don't want him to lose a draft and then just obviously no caution's going to come out. And that is frustrating. I can see his frustration behind that, but at this point, I only cared about myself and my teammate a little bit. But as I stated in the race, I wanted to win. I even told him that. Yeah, so even when I think S'mores lost some spots too, but he got back up there and got a good finish to outpoint Spencer by a few, and in which got him in by a few points. So I hope it was a great battle y'all watched, even points wise, if y'all was keeping up. It was very entertaining in my eye too.
Yeah, we were definitely keeping up with the point situation there. But Sal, you have anything?
I do just want to take the curiosity out of everyone's mind. Final season points have been sent. Cameron Morris is in by 3 points over Spencer Boyce.
Wow.
But I mean, going back to you in the race here, Harris. I mean, what did you have certain game plan trying to go into a race like this, a race where you knew you either had to win or try to outpoint the other guys?
I think we lost him. All right,
Morris
never mind.
No, he's there.
Okay.
When S'mores won the stage, and I think Spencer got like 7th or 8th, I was like, at that point, I really don't care. I feel like I needed.
Yeah, I think we lost him again.
Yeah, no, he's here.
I got the notice saying you can't voice chat with Harris Flex due to a network error.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, blocking 11, and Mia had a teammate that helped me. Still.
There he goes again. Yeah, we kind of lost you again there for a little bit.
Oh, no. I kind of got PTSD from not blocking at Daytona, which I felt like if I did block, I probably would have won and wouldn't have to worry about this situation now. But I felt like once I saw that white flag or we crossed the line for the white flag, I felt like if I don't block this time, obviously my playoffs is on the line. I have to do it to make it into the playoffs to be sure. And I'm glad I kind of made that decision today.
You ran a hell of a race and came up clutch when it mattered, man.
Yeah. And this was my last win too, from Dega.
Yeah, because of course, I believe that was your last race win was at Talladega a couple years ago, and that's you broke a winless streak then, and you've definitely broken one here tonight. So, but yeah, congrats on your absolutely massive race win here at Talladega, and we will see you next. We will see you on Sunday for the start of the playoffs for the doubleheader, Gateway and the Clan.
I hope y'all enjoyed it, and thank you for the interview.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now go celebrate. You deserve it. And so now we will bring in our second place finisher, Mr. Tegan Jones. He was the one who pushed Joshua Harris to the win there.
And he's got so many wins. I'm sure he didn't mind pushing a fellow forward.
And with
here.
Yeah, and with the amount of points that he's gotten over the course of the regular season, as a lot of people stated earlier, that he's pretty much good to the Final Four. As he currently has 46 playoff points. And there he is, your second place finisher, Tegan Jones. An absolutely wild race there at the end, and it was you that pushed Joshua Harris to the win. So, how big is it to see a fellow Ford driver lock himself into the playoffs?
Oh, I mean, we not just one, but we locked in two, extra, Fords into the playoffs with S'mores getting the points in the stage. So, I'm very proud that the plan came together. It wasn't the plan that we had, but it's what worked at the end. We were there, the key players. S'mores was there to make sure he had the spots covered on Spencer, because we knew it was a possibility that he'd have his meltdown, and he did. That last green or yellow flag pit stop we had, he took no tires, and we knew then that he was going to be hosed if we didn't get a yellow. So, Harris made some good moves to get to the lead. When we hit, took it to the high line, he didn't ride in line. He took it, had help with remix. So I thank him too, as I'm sure Harris did. It gave him the lead, and then after that, it was just about the rest of the Fords trying to get up there and cover his ass because he had 4 Chevys behind him. Along with remix, and remix was pretty close on blowing a tire. So they were going to try to get rid of him quick before he blew a tire in front of the whole field. So we were, with the help of Wessel, was trying to get up there and cover his ass, and he went to make a block and he made it a little too late, but the seas parted and we were able to get to him because we were all kind of 3 and 4 wide. So it was a little bit of a payback for the Daytona 500. I took the move on him and he didn't, block it. So I didn't make the move tonight, even though I think he could have finished second and still made it in on points. So, me and Kamal just at that point, we just locked bumpers and we made sure that it was going to be Harris winning that race.
And yeah, I do remember that Daytona 500 at the start of the year, and I just barely saw you make that move on Harris on the last lap in turn 1 and 2. I mean, I was way in the back, but I just had that view of the move that you made. But did you feel that what happened at the 500 was on the back of Harris's mind while he was running out front?
It's been on his mind all week, because if he had won that race, he would not have to win tonight. So he has mentioned that this week. He didn't throw the block, and I actually made my move late, considering how quick you got to make your moves at a plate race at the end. So it was on his mind, I'm sure, at before tonight's race. And now at the end, it probably wasn't. At the end, he was probably just making sure that me or Kamal didn't make a move. Like I said, though, at that point, it was if I'd have made a move, I think Kamal would have probably stayed high, to be honest. So if he'd have made a move, I don't think it would have. It might have got him second, but I don't think it got him the win. So at that point, we were just going to make sure that we didn't wreck him out of a playoff spot, and out of a win. Because he is on a dry spell. I think he went winless last year, so this has been one that he's been wanting for a while now. For somebody that really complains about the game as well. So it's like his own little middle finger send off, I guess.
Yeah, and speaking of which, and I know that you are one of the league admins, and I do want to get like your thoughts on that bombshell announcement that the NASCAR Heat social team made this morning.
It's weird. It's kind of ironic because last night I was in a party with some other guys, and I literally mentioned that somebody mentioned, or I think it was Mike Killer. He asked what we were going to race for the All-Star race because we have a weekend carved out for it before the final race. And I told him, I said, we don't know. That'll be a last-minute decision because we're leaving that up in case we need it, in case they actually, if 7-4 actually gives us the dignity of a date announcement. And literally the next morning, not 12 hours later, it's on Twitter and Facebook, the announcement. So I kind of, I guess, brought it into existence. Maybe they've got me wiretapped. Who the fuck knows? Maybe they thought, let's do this guy solid for his league and give them a date. I wish it was a little bit further out. If we'd had like another 2 weeks to play with, it would have been perfect. If we'd had like 6 weeks or 8 weeks to kind of plan, but we've got 4, counting this Sunday, we've only got 4 Sundays, so we've got literally 4, I think, Wednesdays, or I don't know what the first falls on. I looked it up and I can't remember. Maybe like a Thursday. So we've got like 4 Thursdays to basically get fucking 10 races in now. So it's going to be hard for some of these guys to make it work. So it's still maybe some changes depending on some of the playoff guys that's in the playoffs. So yeah, it sucks. It's end of an era. We've been on this game for 5 years this week, I think. So there were this coming week. So yeah, and new games coming out. We're kind of excited for it. Kind of nervous because we got a feeling that a few of us are going to be knocked down a notch or two. Like the top guys are going to have to really learn the new game. We're all going to be even again. So that'll give us an extra 2 months to play around on this game before we start next season.
And I just checked the calendar. The first falls on a Friday.
Okay, so we've got like 4 Fridays to get not only this series done, but we got to get midweek done too. We're probably going to end up not running the rest of the regular season and just start off with the playoffs. That'll give us like 3 Wednesdays to get that done. So we want to get that done before we get Cup done. We want that to be done and then let the Cup be the curtain call for this league. So who knows? We may race tomorrow. So I hope everybody kind of has their options open for tomorrow night for the playoffs to start. And we may be running 2 races to just get it done. So, yeah, that's something we'll probably have to discuss a little bit tonight or tomorrow.
Well, I do have the 4th off, so I'll be available if you do decide to race tomorrow. But yeah, and as a midweek guy who's currently like 3rd or 4th in points in midweek, I'm totally fine with just starting the playoffs like right now.
Well,
if I'm being honest,
there's no point. Incog, I think, is on the cut line, but he's literally, I think, bowling on Wednesday night now, so he's out of it anyway. And then I think Sal's like 200 points out, and in the midweek you're only in the playoffs on points. Wins don't mean shit except for you get like a bonus points. So there's no reason to run the rest of the regular races because it's not going to change the playoff picture. So we might as well just
let everyone be playoff eligible and let's
get y'all done. All right there, Mr. NASCAR. We decided to end Jeff Jordan. We ain't doing that shit. I don't care if you are Mexican.
Okay.
Trump said it, not me.
Yeah, we're gonna get the playoffs. We're gonna start the playoffs like right now. It's gonna be big and it's gonna be beautiful.
But no Mexican, no brown people, just white onlys, and maybe a black.
Yeah, well, there definitely will be one.
Wow, Harp, wow.
Hey, I mean, I did say it. I will own up to that. So,
that's fine. He won tonight, so I think it's a treat for us all.
He definitely deserves it though. But yeah, Sal, you have anything for Tegan?
Obviously you talked about how big it was. I kind of figured, and I think I touched on it a bit earlier in the broadcast, how the Fords clearly had the numbers over Spencer and the Toyota, and I wouldn't be shocked if maybe like half split decision. Obviously, things didn't play out that way, but like just how big is it to get two more Fords into the playoffs for y'all? I mean, I know not any drafting tracks in there, right?
Well, we have Daytona. We put Daytona in the
especially
playoffs.
for like
We
a
swapped
place
it with
like
Talladega.
that.
Daytona is a different beast. It is not wide enough to do what we like to do, which is high line. And it's not so much about getting two Fords in; it's who they are. S'mores and Harris has been in this league before I was. S'mores used to dominate, and there was a point in the Cup Series that Harris won like 2 or 3 in a row. So he had his little moments too of domination. So it's kind of fitting that we have those two guys that's, in the last year of the Heat 5 of the Heat Series period, because this league was started on the Heat Series, that they're going to finish their Heat 5 career in the playoffs. Michael Whitman, same thing. He's a first year 2017. Bradley was 2018. So like we've got a lot of OGs in this league. I mean, even Kevron was in this league a little bit before I was in the Cup Series. So we were teammates, for like the first 9 or 10 races of 2020 before he had to leave. So it's a lot of OGs in this playoffs, and it's kind of fitting that it's gonna, it started with the Heat Series, and some of the OGs are in the playoffs, when it ends.
Yeah, and I definitely call that a poetic way to start the final CFRL playoffs on the Heat series. But yeah, congrats on your runner-up finish tonight, and we'll see you probably tomorrow or maybe Sunday for both Gateway and Watkins Glen.
All right, guys. Thanks for broadcasting tonight. I know y'all wanted probably the race, but I'm pretty sure that we put on a pretty good show all night tonight. So I thank y'all for putting it out there on the YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Sheeny sheeny. Later, Harpo.
Later, Jonesy. Well, I mean, I had to clap back with something. Alright, so now we will bring in the bottom step of the podium, and that is the 10 of Kamal Wright. He got himself in on points simply by just starting the race. So
you gotta love it for him. I mean,
yeah.
I feel like he has a lot of unfortunate issues with lagging out and stuff, and it's always just good to see that when he is there, he's able to compete, build enough of a cushion to where he's not too heavily affected by it.
Yeah, and that's definitely good to see him in there. So he has the All-Star scheme. All right, there we go. Yeah, some of them were running alternate, some of them were running the All-Star. So I do have to check and make sure. And there he is, your third place finisher, Kamal Wright. You had a big enough point cushion to lock yourself in on points basically by starting the race, but of course, you're still out there running with all these guys for the same race win. So, but yeah, how does it feel like knowing that you're in the playoffs and like basically by just starting the race?
I kind of was informed by the situation as soon as I jumped on. They said we really needed like 20 people for me to be in the points battle, but pretty much that was the goal, really, to try to be locked in before we got to Dega, or get locked in coming into Dega, and that was pretty much the goal. But same thing, like always trying to win the race. But this time around, the night, I just wanted to work with my teammates and make sure that one of my guys got the win.
And yeah, it was definitely the Fords definitely played their plan perfectly, especially there at the end with Harris getting the win. So, like, did you, like, in the back of your mind, did you think that you could help, your immediate teammates, get the win and just throw, the manufacturer stuff, like, out the window, especially there at the end when it got crazy?
Well, really, at the end, I was just trying to follow Tegan and get up to the front. Um, there was a thought in the back of my head. I was thinking about it, just swinging it in the tri-oval, trying to make a move on the 4 and the 12 to go for the win, but I never did it. I just stayed behind him. But you know, there's always been thoughts of making a move and going for the win, but sometimes you just work with the team.
Yeah, with the crazy announcement this morning and the major shakeup in the Cup Series schedule for the playoffs, like, we might be racing tomorrow or Sunday, and it will be the doubleheader with Gateway and the Glen. So now that you are in the playoffs, like, how are you going to be approaching those two races?
Full attack mode. Uh, we don't really have any stage points to rely on. Like, no, playoff points, not stage points. Playoff points to rely on. So, we really need to attack the first round, the second round, pretty much every round we have to go out and attack.
Uh, yeah, that's definitely going to be the key word for you. But Sal, you have anything?
I don't. I mean, good regular season to put yourself in a spot where you didn't have to stress too much out. I guess just hope that your game would boot up.
Yep.
But I mean, do you feel like with how compressed this playoff schedule is going to be, do you feel like maybe that gives other people like kind of an advantage? Not an advantage, but kind of levels out the field kind of as far as practice and things like that?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. I think there's gonna be a lot less time to prepare for races. That's obvious. So, maybe that'll play into my advantage, hopefully, or maybe it'll play into other advantage. Who knows? Might see some guys that we don't usually see up front all of a sudden when we get to the playoffs. So, uh, just be prepared for anything.
Yeah, definitely be prepared for anything and get ready to attack when push comes to shove. But congrats on your third place finish tonight, and we'll see you at Gateway and Watkins Glen whenever that is.
I'm here Sunday. I'm here
Okay.
Sunday.
Okay. So yeah, we'll see you.
Right,
We'll see you Sunday at Gateway and Watkins Glen.
all right, I'll see you guys.
And so now it is time to bring in the fourth place finisher and your man, Mr. Hot Honey Whitman. Of course, another admin for the CFRL, and I'm sure he has something to say about this morning's announcement. But of course, we'll get his thoughts on the race. And there he is, your fourth place finisher, Michael Whitman. Like, that was a very crazy finish there at the end. So, like, take us through that and like your thoughts on that battle.
Yeah, my goal was to stick with the 88 and the 48 wherever they go. I would have figured it out from there. The 4 and the 10 and those guys kind of had the outside rolling before, like, at my door coming down the backstretch. So whenever the 88 made his move, I couldn't go with him. And so the 12 goes up, blocks that. The 11's about to blow a tire. He's shading up a little bit, and if I see daylight on Talladega, I'm gonna friggin' go for it. So I went under the 11. Some contact was made. I got actually 2 first for like a second, and then I just didn't have any help. They had the train going up top, pushing Harris. Super cool win for him. That's a big moment, big race. Pretty dang cool for Harris. He's one of the best guys out here. So I'm super pumped for him. Super pumped he's in the playoffs too. So wild finish. I mean, I think this race probably lived up to all the billing because there was a lot going on.
Yeah, it's certainly good. Battles, on-track battles and points battles pretty much up and down the entire field. So, now, of course, you basically stuck with, your teammates as well as Matt, the entire time and try to get, him involved and all of that. So, what exactly, was, your plan of attack? Because I know that when it came to, pit strategy, all 5 of you just stayed out for, an extra, 1 or 2 laps.
I preferred the clean entry. I feel like it's not beneficial to try to enter at the same time as them or panicking. We're all trying to scramble and get the best pit entry, and I feel like that's more conducive to speeding. So I enjoyed running out our runs. Having a clean 4 or 5 car group is about the fastest way you can go around the track. And I know that they might slow down trying to cycle back in, and we did a really good job exiting the pits, being single file and getting going quickly, and we were able to stay with the groups each time. Yeah, it was just really trying to do our own thing, but be able to still be in the mix for the win. Just happy that I think we all finished in a row there. I think we were like 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. I know we had a couple individual battles for, as you all know, your regular season points position can determine some extra playoff points you might be able to get. I know Mind Killer and JB were battling. I think JB got the better of him. Kamal and Kevron were battling. I think Kamal got the better of Kevron, unfortunately. And then I just had to maintain about 11-point lead on Bradley. So did a good job of that. Kind of was just going to stick with him the whole race because if you're right next to him, he can't gain 10 points on you. Disappointed about how the stage went. I felt like it kind of ran a little dirty there. You could put an asterisk next to that stage win, I'd say. But, yeah, I think we executed, honestly, the best that we have as a team through pit cycles that we have ever, with this iteration of Hendrick. So super proud of everybody. I think we did a great job, and just keep the momentum going in the playoffs. This is going to be a freaking whirlwind 3 weeks.
Yeah, certainly a whirlwind 3 weeks, and I know that you are also a league admin, and I got Tegan's opinion on this a little earlier, but what is your thoughts on that bombshell announcement this morning and basically the resulting fallout from it?
I don't know exactly what Tegan told you. Bradley was working today and pretty locked in on that, so it was really up to him and I. We work really well together, Tegan and I, usually to work things out. But there were so many moving parts and trying to make sure everybody was good. We probably had about 7 or 8 different scenarios just for tonight alone possible. So it was pretty nuts, to be honest. But I just want to shout out Incog because he, kind of sacrificed himself and chose not to race tonight to keep this whole deal going. So super thankful for him. But yeah, it was a absolute whirlwind today.
Yeah, certainly. So Sal, you have anything for him?
Obviously, seas parted there. You had a chance. Did you really want to be that guy that possibly took this win and a playoff spot away from Harris?
I would have slept just fine. That's all on that. I feel like I will always do everything I can to win, and if I don't do that, then I shouldn't be trying.
Yeah, certainly that is your competitive side coming out there, but yeah, congrats on your 4th place finish tonight at Talladega. You're already in the playoffs with a win, so yeah, but we'll see you, I believe, probably Sunday for
Sunday.
Gateway
Yes,
in the Glen.
Gonna be fun. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one more before we get ourselves out of here, and that is the 88 of Jared Haw. And pretty much like what Mike said, they were all working together very well. They obviously took an alternate strategy when it came to, entering pit road and, get that clean entry in.
Makes a lot of sense though, looking at it. Um, Especially I feel like with Hendrick, you've always kind of had one or two of those guys speed on pit road. That's kind of brought that down to a minimum.
Yeah, and there he is, your fifth place finisher, Jared Haw. Now, I already got Mike's view on the Hendrick team's, strategy going into tonight, but I would like to get your thoughts on that as well.
I mean, the only strategy that I had was to beat Mind Killer. That was the only thing that I was concerned about. Just to stay fourth in points. I don't know that we really had a full-on strategy. I know that we just tried to work best as we could together, and I think we could have done that on the last lap, but we had the Fords up high that blocked Mike and Bradley from really making any moves high with me and Kevron there. So, but I mean, we still ended up with a good result. I think could have been better for all of us, but all of HMS, I believe, finished top 10 unless there was with the big squabble at the very end there, something happened to Bradley, but I'm pretty sure we all ended up finishing well out of it. But yeah, I mean, if there was a strategy, I was not included on the memo. But that my strategy, like I said, was to beat the 22.
Yeah, and beat the 22 you did. And, of course, Hendrick finishing 4th through 7th, so all finishing in a row there. So, so yeah,
nice.
that finish, at the end with that big squabble, take us through from of your perspective of that, because I know that's got to be pretty crazy from your end as well.
Well, the 11 having tire issues did not help my circumstance because I was right behind him and I'm like, I do not want him to blow a tire in front of me. But it was all about, I wanted to ensure that Harris either won the race or at least finished second. But at the same rate, I wanted to be a little greedy. And I had a run and I took the run. Just wish I was able to have a little bit more teammate help behind Kevron pushing. I mean, Kevron was doing a great job, don't get me wrong. But I wish we had more Chevy power back there, but nothing we could do about that. And then I didn't get squeezed into the wall by Harris. It was really, really close, but I knew once he came up, it was probably going to kill all my momentum. And then Mike went low of the 11, and then he crashed because he blew his tire. And he hit Tegan up into me and put me in the wall, which that kind of finished me off there. But it was a crazy ending sequence, just with JC almost gonna lose his tire and then losing his tire, and then just Harris needing to win or at least finish, I believe, second or third, depending on where Spencer finished, and just balancing, do I go for it? Do I not go for it? And just that whole last lap was just crazy because the Fords went high to block half of the Chevys, and then it worked for them, but at the same rate it didn't because we all just kind of ended up spreading out. I mean, hey, Fords were 1 through 3, and then the Chevys were 4 through 7, so it worked out for them in the long run. But yeah, it was just a crazy turn of events there at the end, and wish it could have resulted in a better finish. But hey, at least I wasn't a bridesmaid at Talladega again. That fine by me. I didn't have to push somebody to the win again.
All right, so Sal, you have anything for him?
So how obviously with the circumstances and everything, we're going to be squeezing in 10 weeks worth of races here in the next 3 of them. So how does that does it affect your playoff mentality? Like, you go from having a week in between races here to all of a sudden maybe just having like a day in between. How does that kind of affect you guys and how y'all prepare for this?
It definitely has a big impact. I was actually talking to Mike about this earlier, where I feel like the guys that are able to get on throughout the day and practice will benefit much more heavily from this sped up schedule because they have the time to actually practice, whereas the guys that are working full time, coming home and have other things to do, they won't have as much time to practice, especially just with that stretch. I think it's the third round that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm sorry, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That will be really difficult because it's like you got to practice throughout the week before for 3 separate races, and it's like you got to find the time to be able to do that. And sometimes I have a hard enough time finding time to just practice for 1 track. Now I got to do it for 3 or 2 or however many for the next couple weeks. I mean, it will be difficult to navigate, but I'm also on the opposite side where, okay, this may result in some people not being able to practice as much and may give an advantage to those that are just better on pure speed than those that practice more than those guys with pure speed. So hopefully it can kind of balance out with the sped up schedule, but I'm looking forward to all these tracks coming up. I feel pretty strong in most of the tracks that are in the playoffs, other than Gateway. Gateway is kind of like a hit or miss for me, and I know this first round will probably be my hardest to get through, but hopefully we can get through these next couple rounds with relative ease here and hopefully make it to another championship 4.
Yeah, hopefully we will definitely see that come the end of July. But congrats on your 5th place finish tonight, and we'll see you Sunday for Gateway and Watkins Glen.
Alrighty, thank you guys for broadcasting.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and with that, yeah, we're definitely going to call here. So, Sal, final thoughts on the race, because I know that you definitely have a lot to say about that as well.
It delivered. I mean, you throw in, first of all, it's just chaos having a drafting track like this as your cutoff race. And then you throw in all of this came about so last minute. Like Tegan and Mike said, I mean, they've been at it since probably 7, 8 o'clock this morning, just trying to find out ways for this to work for everyone involved. So no one felt like they were getting like screwed over or anything. And then you put on a show like that. Like I couldn't have written a better script or anything like that. That is literally so good. It's what we're here for. I said it when we first got on. I mean, you want people to be in the playoffs who aren't going to back down from that big moment. And tonight, Harris showed exactly that.
Yeah, with an absolute whirlwind of chaos, starting with this morning's announcement from the NASCAR Heat social team saying that the multiplayer servers for Heat 5 are going to be shutting down at the beginning of August. And having to scramble to essentially get like 10 races run in like only 3 weeks. And even after all of that, you still have a playoff grid to decide. You still have to see who has to fight for the championship, because we still have one more race to run in the regular season. And even with that, we had probably one of, if not the craziest finish of the entire regular season, possibly even the whole season, in my opinion. And it was Joshua Harris snapping another long winless drought to lock himself into the playoffs in probably one of the craziest ways imaginable. And so with that, the top 10 is set. These next 10 races over the next 3 weeks are going to be absolute insanity, but I have a very good feeling that because of the circumstances, it's going to be a Cup Series playoffs to remember. So with that, your official top 10, the final 10 drivers who will be competing for a championship at the end of July, or all throughout the month of July, are Tegan Jones, Michael Whitman, Jarrett Haw, Bradley Domer Jr., Michael Fox, Ryan Parsons, Kevin Hall, Joshua Harris, Kamal Wright, and Cameron Morris. I could not have asked for a better field than that. But since we got the Cup Series decided, we still have to wait and see what happens with midweek, because I know midweek is off this week for the 4th of July holiday. But with everything that has been going on since the start of this morning, we still have to wait and see what's going to happen to midweek. And what Tegan said earlier, most likely midweek is going to have like their playoffs like right then and there. So we're just basically canceling the rest of the regular season, which I believe there was only, if I can look this up here. All right, so there was only like 4 races left. So, and of course the playoff situation was still like decided like right then and there. So I'd say it does make sense for the final 4 races of the midweek regular season to basically just go and then just get the playoffs going like right then and there. So that way we can just get all of midweek done before we can get all of Cup done, or at least in combination like of the two. But anyway, I've said my piece. We're going to get out of here. So thank you all so much for watching. I know this was very much last minute, but hey, it is what it is. So don't forget to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see what happens with midweek. But for sure, we will be back on Sunday for the first 2 races of the Johnson round of the CFRL Cup Series playoffs at Gateway and Watkins Glen. So until then, we'll see y'all later. Have a